kitchen, and today I am going to be making a Pina Colada pork chops. Now, what I have here is for half of a recipe. I'm going to give you the ingredients for the whole recipe, and then I'll tell you what I'm using. Okay, calls for 4 pork chops, 1/4 to 1 inch thick. Calls for 4 teaspoons of soy sauce, 1/4 of a teaspoon of hot pepper sauce, a tablespoon of oil, a whole can of pineapple tidbits, an 8-ounce can, and you want that drained. And then 3 tablespoons of chopped fresh Italian parsley, and 1 14-ounce can of coconut milk. Now, I'll tell you what I have here because it's a little bit different than half. I do have 2 pork chops, and they're somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch thick. I have 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. I have about 7 ounces. I do have 7 ounces, matter of fact, because I weighed it as I poured it in there. 7 ounces of coconut milk. Here, I went ahead and put a tablespoon of vegetable oil. I might not use all of it, but I've got a tablespoon there. I've got slightly more than 1.5 tablespoons of parsley. Now, I couldn't find the Italian parsley, so this is parsley. I think it's called flat leaf parsley. Here I have 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. And here I have 5 ounces of pineapple tidbits. I drained an 8-ounce can of pineapple tidbits. And the pineapple tidbits weighed out to 5 ounces. So that's what I put in there instead of the 4 ounces, which would have been half of an 8-ounce can. And technically, once you drain it, all you have is 5 ounces in an 8-ounce can. So that's what it calls for.
There's another way you get cheated.
Yep. Okay. So what we have to do first of all, let me tell you this. I found this recipe in Cooking Pleasures magazine. February-March 2009 edition. And if you're wondering about that, this cooking magazines I have in my bookcase that I have saved for years. I found this recipe in there, and it's from Mary Eans, E-A-N-S is the last name. And I want to give her credit because it is her recipe. It was in that cooking magazine, so that's where I found it.
So what would be the difference between that parsley and Italian parsley?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just know that there's regular parsley, flat leaf parsley, Italian parsley. I think it may be the way it tastes. Because I know regular parsley and this stuff right here don't taste the same. And that's usually what the difference is. It's the taste and the leaves themselves. Some may be a little bit thicker or thinner or broader or whatever. So, but anyway, this is flat leaf. And it calls for Italian. Okay, now what it says to do is to place the pork chops in a single layer in a glass baking dish. This is a glass baking dish. I got 2 pork chops, and they're going to be put in here in a single layer.
Y'all might notice she's wearing a red shirt that says Red Friday.
Yes, I bought this. Sent the money to Miss Joy and Mr. Scott, and Piggy has one as well. And it means remember everyone deployed. And until they all come home.
And you wear it on Friday.
I wear it on Fridays. And y'all, this is Friday. You probably won't see the video on a Friday, but I'm recording it on a Friday. Okay. Combine the soy sauce and the hot pepper sauce and drizzle over the pork chops. So, if Piggy will hand me a small spoon or fork or something. It only calls for an 1/8 of a teaspoon of hot pepper sauce on this part of it. But y'all, I just poured until I decided not to. I like hot sauce. Okay, make sure. Turning to coat both sides, okay. Use that spoon to spread this on there. I can turn that over with that spoon. Turn this one over with that spoon there. And put some more on this. Okay. And see what it says to do after this. I've never made this before, y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all know this. Okay, it says let it stand for 10 minutes, turning at the 5-minute mark. So what we'll do is we will take a break for 10 minutes, and when we come back, we'll be over at the cooktop so that we can finish this dish up.
Here we go.
All right, y'all. I've let this set for 10 minutes. I flipped it at the 5-minute mark so that it could, again, marinate both sides. I've got my stove on medium heat, and I have my oil in my skillet. Now I'm going to place my pork chops in my skillet.
Sizzle, sizzle.
Hopefully. Yeah.
I hear it a little bit.
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit too. I gotta get it just right here. Now these have to cook for 8 to 10 minutes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the timer for 5. I'm going to let it cook for 5 minutes, flip it, and then let it cook another 3 to 5 minutes on the second side. And once that's done, we will come back. I'll show you what the pork chops look like at that point, and then we'll start cooking the sauce stuff that goes over it. The Pina Colada sauce, basically. So we'll take a break until this gets done, and then when it's done, I will show you what we do from there. Okay, I came back. I just got through turning the pork chops over. I set them for another 5 minutes. I may take them off a little early. I don't know. But what I want to tell you is, once you take the pork chops out of the marinade, reserve the marinade because you're going to mix it with the coconut milk to make the sauce that goes over the pork chops.
Oh, that's how that works, huh?
So that's where your flavor's going to come from, is from the pork chops and from the marinade and all the other good stuff there. But you'll see I don't have a lot of marinade. You can see that right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and mix it in.
Oh, goody, piggy, get to watch that dish now.
Go ahead and mix it in with the coconut milk. And that way, I can give Piggy my dish to get it. And I won't have to be trying to hold this up, put that in the skillet here in a few minutes. Here we go.
Goody.
So I've still got about 4 minutes left. So we'll go ahead and come back when these get done. Then I'll show you about making the sauce.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I did cook this for an additional 3 minutes instead of 5 because they are done. And it says to loosely cover them with a piece of aluminum foil, which is what I'm doing to set aside. And then it says on high heat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
Crank it up.
I'm not going to put it on 8. I'm putting mine on about a medium high. I think that'll be high enough for mine. And I'm going to pour the coconut milk and the reserved marinade in my skillet. And it says to bring it to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, I will boil it for 5 minutes to reduce it. And it's already boiling. That was a quick boil, I tell you. There you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a timer on for 5 minutes. I'll stir this and let it reduce and cook for 5 minutes. And we'll be back in 5 minutes to finish up the sauce.
She's back.
Okay, what I forgot to tell you is when you reduce this, reduce it on the half recipe to about 1/2 cup, maybe slightly less. On a full recipe, just slightly less than a full cup. And once you get it reduced, and mine is reduced to probably about half a cup, you want to pour in the pineapple. I'll get that to Piggy. Stir that up and let it heat through. I want to make sure my pineapple are heated pretty good. And for anybody that don't know, pineapple and pork go together. I'm just sorry. That is one of the best combinations you can think of.
It is.
All right, it's starting to boil slightly again, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove off. I'm going to move my pork chops over here and uncover them. Y'all, I'm going to turn them over just a touch. There we go.
She's exposing them.
Trying to get those bones kind of out of my way a little bit. There we go. Then you take your coconut and pineapple sauce here.
Boy, it looking good.
And you
That
pour
smells good.
You pour it over the pork chops. Now, if you're cooking 4 pork chops, I would suggest cooking them in batches of 2. And it does say to use a non-stick skillet. And I about got this thing cleaned out there.
Darla, you coming in or not, youngin?
Now that's my Dee Dee and my old lady's squabbling at me here now.
Darla's still out there. You coming in or not, Darla?
Darla has decided that she likes it inside during the cold weather. Yep, there she is now, coming back in. And after you put the sauce on it, you sprinkle it with the parsley. And there is slightly more than half on the parsley there, because I wasn't just going to throw away what I had chopped up. All right, this is what it looks like right here. We'll rearrange the island, and I'll go over there, and then we'll do a taste test on this. All right, y'all. Here we are. I've got it plated, and I will be fixing a side to go with it. But this is a video strictly for the pineapple. Well, I should say the Pina Colada.
Spill some over here.
I tell y'all what, I'm going to tell y'all, if it wasn't me making a mess, I get it. It wouldn't be my kitchen if I didn't make a mess, y'all.
Pretty good.
Okay, we'll get that away. We're going to get a picture of this,
All right.
and I'm going to taste it.
Y'all know what time it is now.
It's time to have fun. Cut me a bite here.
She was talking to me earlier. She goes, we was talking about different things and wound up back on food. She goes, every time I do, it don't matter what we talk about, I always wind back up on food. And I told her, I said, well, that's just who you are.
Well, I mean, that's anywhere I'm at, whether it's in a live stream or just a conversation in general, I'm always talking about food. My mind revolves around food, y'all. I'm going to get me a bite of this pineapple to go with this. We'll see how this tastes. Oh, wow. Oh, good.
Yeah, Piggy find out here in a minute when we get done.
That's really good. Let me try me another little bite of that, y'all. Just to make sure I ain't projecting. I'll be honest with you, I'm not big on coconut milk. I've tried it in different things.
Well, like anything else, depends on what you use it with and how you use it when you use it. It's like interior design. You might see something that looks god-awful ugly, but put in the right combination of different things.
Had a piece of gristle. That's the only reason I did that, y'all. Sorry. But that's good.
It'll look good.
This is very good. If you like pineapple, if you like coconut, like pork, I recommend it. This is...
Definitely love pork around here.
And the thing about it was very simple to make. I mean, other than cooking it for a specific amount of time, which is what I did, and letting it marinate for a certain amount of time, which is what I did, it was very simple otherwise put together. And I guess I can say I thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you try it. Hope you try the dish. It's very good. I would suggest probably using boneless pork chops if possible. But if all you have are bone-in pork chops like what I have here, then use what you have.
But you could have talked to me. I could have cut the bone out of that.
That's okay. I didn't think about it. But like I said, use what you have. And if all you have is bone-in, use bone-in.
And you can cut the bone out. It can be a little problematic, but I mean, you know.
You can always cut the bone out, trim it out, however you want to do it.
Nothing good ever came easy.
But like I said, it is a very good dish. And I highly recommend it for anybody that loves pina coladas, like the flavor of pina coladas, or just likes pineapple and coconut in general. So, again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Where's my pork?